If you agree to buy a house and you don't go through with the sale, who gets to keep the security deposit? We get this question a lot at Cornerstone Law Firm, and the answer, like most things in law, is it depends a little bit on the circumstances. In a typical agreement of sale to buy a house, you usually put some amount of money down. Maybe it's $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, and that is held in escrow. Somebody puts it in a separate account. The brokerage company keeps it totally separate from everybody's money, and the rule is that nobody gets that money back until either there's an agreement of the parties, the sale goes through, or there's a court order. So let's say you put $10,000 down on your $200,000 house, and for some reason you don't end up buying the house. At that point, the question becomes, why didn't you buy the house? If you didn't buy the house because you did an inspection that you'd agreed to do in the contract, and it turns out the house is not in the condition that they said it was, you may be entitled to get that money reimbursed to you. Today, we're in a little bit of a seller's market, which means a lot of times people are waiving inspections in their agreement of sale. They're saying, I don't need an inspection. I want the house. I don't care what's wrong with it. I don't need to know what's wrong with it. But then maybe during the process, they have an inspection anyway, because you're always allowed to do that if you want. And you go through and you say, oh, actually, you know what? There are problems with this house. And you go back to the seller and you say, I'd like to renegotiate. And the seller says, I'm not renegotiating. At that point, you may still have to go forward to the closing because that's what your contract provides. In other words, your contract is really important. And if you are in this situation where you're trying to decide whether to go through with a sale or not, it's really important not just to rely on your realtor's advice. Realtors are great for a lot of things. They can help you figure out a good price for a house. They can help show you houses. There are things they can do, but they're not equipped to give you legal advice. So if you're trying to decide whether to go through or not go through with a sale, if you're a seller who's thinking of not selling for some reason, something's changed, your house that you're going to buy fell through, at that point, it's really important to seek legal advice. If you're after that, it's a question of contract interpretation, and this is where you're going to need a lawyer to help you look through, can you successfully sue to get that security deposit back? So after the house doesn't go through, they sell it to somebody else, they can pursue damages. The seller may be able to pursue damages from that earnest money. They may be able to say, look, we sold the house for $5,000 less than we thought we were going to, so we need $5,000 out of this deposit. We'll give you $5,000 back. If the two of you can agree, you can split the money however you agree. If you can't, then only a court can issue a final order to say who gets which money and how that gets worked out. If you're in one of these situations, give us a call at Cornerstone Law Firm. Don't try to do this on your own. You can get into a lot of trouble. We'll be happy to talk you through your options and help you see if we can get you to a right solution for you.